recording. Hello, this is Faith Bernard. We're doing the Mastermind 2-week turnaround Mastermind Zoom conference Wednesday morning. Welcome, everybody. Really proud of you for being on. I know it's not always easy to get up early, but remember, it's not always easy, but is it worth it? In the long run, it is. So thank you for being on this morning. We're going to, first of all, I'm just going to go, for time's sake, read the rules real quick. The Mastermind, the 2-week turnaround Mastermind, is based on Paul and Lynette's training, which I am forever indebted and grateful for. They have made a huge contribution to our team, and they did it because that's just the type of people they are. So the rules are, we must be 100% responsible for our results. So I am 100% responsible for my results. Maybe we should all say that together this morning. I am
100% responsible for my
results. Energy first, mechanics and techniques second.
I got that one.
Yeah, be in the space of gratitude and stay positive. And then the third one, which is one I think is really challenging a lot of people on our team right now, based on the feedback that you're giving me, is detach yourself from the outcome. Let's all say that. I detached myself
from the outcome.
I work without expectation or emotion. My emotions are in my affirmations and my goals.
My emotions are in my affirmations and my goals.
Do you like water? Learn to flow. So just a quick check-in with everyone. Is everyone reading 20 minutes a day? A 2-week turnaround. Excellent.
Does watching videos count for that?
We'll count it. It's content.
Okay.
Branding yourself 5 times a day, which is, of course, putting value posts on your personal page on Facebook. Everyone's doing that, right? Write your business goals every day. Is everyone writing their business goals every day?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, but I'm looking at them. I've got it on a big board, and I'll look at them.
Good. Looking's good. Writing it, it's using all your senses. It's see it, hear it, so say it, so you hear it, you write it, and you see it, right? You've got to use all the kinesthetics, all the senses. So that really drills it into your DNA. And when you do your affirmations, are you doing it with emotion? How are people doing on that? Okay.
Yeah, good.
Emotion, because emotion is what's going to bring it forth. Okay, great. So I think we've covered that. Okay, so Katie brought up a subject that is so near and dear to my heart. Before anyone answers, I'm going to ask you a question, and then I want, not Katie, because I know you know the answer to it, but I want the rest of you to respond. What is one of the biggest challenges that takes people out of network marketing, that gets them out of the business, that has them quit? What is the thing that probably more than anything, and even more than rejection, even more than hearing no's, is this thing? So what is it? What takes people out of network marketing? What takes them out of the game? What has them give up?
Not seeing results fast enough, not making money fast enough.
Well, that is one, but there's something even more pertinent.
Retention?
More important, belief. Well, these are all good answers, by the way. They're all part of the mix, but this one I think is big. This is right up there, if not bigger than those.
Not being connected.
Well, that's another one. It's a good one. Put on the list. But the one that we want to get to, and here it is. Okay, everyone listening? Spending too much time and emotion with the wrong people. Okay, I'll say this again. You're spending too much time and emotion with the wrong people. There is a place for nurturing in network marketing, but it's also a business. If you're bringing in people who you're having to drag across the finish line, you need to reassess where you're investing your time and your energy. Does this make sense to anyone? How
Yes.
many people here have invested time and energy into someone that just, you wanted it more for them than they wanted it for themselves?
Yep.
Or personally, they weren't ready to do the personal development work to grow into that person. Now, does that mean that we don't drip on them and we don't love them and send them positive energy? Absolutely do that. You still drip. You can drip without being emotionally invested in them and without spending too much time with them. What's happening on the team, and I had this come up 6 times yesterday. Are we recording? Yes, we are. I forgot that I started the recording. We had this happen 6 times yesterday where people said, we have people falling out of consultant status, and they're disappointed. Of course they are, because they put a lot of time and energy into helping those people become consultants. But again, is that individual worthy of their time? If you're truly treating this as a business and you're the CEO of your company, who are you going to put on your board of directors? Are you going to put people on your board of directors that are going to just maybe not show up for work because they don't feel like it, or decide that, going to a party is more important than attending a business meeting? Anyone?
Yep.
I honestly, my very first consultant is that. And I got my lesson right out of the gate. My very first consultant is the one that I'm dragging around kicking and screaming and is uncoachable and would rather drink and party than do the work. And it's a really good lesson for me. And it's also really inspiring because I get to be right down on the trenches living my example.
Kathleen, you really brought this up this morning. Why don't you share some of your thoughts about all this and what's been going on for you?
Well, you know what? I have this space in place where I'm super comfortable with not being measured to other people's yardsticks. So and I've kind of lived my whole life to my own drum. So it's fine if I look around me and see others who are who I look at as my peers, but they're doing so much better than I am, and I'm all white, and there are moments where I have to look at myself and go, ooh, so, and just recheck about who I'm measuring myself to, and spending the time, and this really is tied into what you're talking about, because the person that I'm actually spending the time on right now is building my team this way with you guys and me. I'm brand new to this business. But the thing that's also been hitting is everywhere I turn in all of the last 3 events that I've been to, it has come up University in Action, and then our Super Saturday, and then also and there was a San Diego Start thing, and it was, don't spend energy on the hard ones. Bless and release, let it go. Don't spend the energy, only do the easy ones. The hard ones are going to come or they're not going to come no matter what you do. But the amount of energy that you're spending on those hard ones is what you could be doing it with 3 easies.
I couldn't agree with you more. You're better off to have just a couple of good people to work with that are showing up, that are asking questions, that are doing the do, than you are working with even 100 people that are pulling the blood out of your system and dragging you down. This is something you just have to, love and release. It doesn't mean that you don't drip on them. It doesn't mean you don't check in with them on occasion, but you just don't invest your time there, because you're almost telling the universe that you want more of same, isn't it?
Yes.
The more energy you put into someone that you're having to drag across the finish line, you're really just saying, give me more of that. Instead of give me more of self-actualized, motivated, ready, willing, and able now. This is the thing. Your whole job is to attract people who are ready, able now. Not ready, able, but in 100 years or next year or 6 months or whatever it might be. Ready, willing, able now. The others will come. But if you're emotionally invested in that, then they're going to take you out of the game. I want to hear from other people. Are other people relating to this conversation?
Absolutely, and this is really, really great. I really needed to hear this again.
Yeah. So can I actually have something else that's super interesting. So like Kristen, I've known Kristen, I don't know if you guys know my story, but I've known Kristen since I was like 13 or 14. We met when we were very young. And like we had a few years apart, we had actually a couple of decades apart, but truly the person that I am right now and the person that, I was then, like the building blocks of who I am and who she is are still there. So, and it was very early on in our conversations as she was talking me through like building the business and how to get, like in my first like 45 days, we visited on this, and I have something called, and my dad has called it this too, and it's the like I like the birds with broken wings, and she, I just love them. They're like, oh, it's a project, I'll fix it, and it's like, and if it's not a human being, it's, it's an animal, and if it's not an animal, it's a house, or a car, or like I'm super excited about like getting something jacked up and then fixing it and then letting it go. But the reality is this business is that I will, like, the energy spent on fixing people before they're ready into this business is a no win. It's a zero sum game. It doesn't work. And so she told me, she goes, you need to stop looking for the broken birds and go out there and find people and spend time around people who actually have their shit together. Like, she goes, you got to stop being the only one with your shit together. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. But it's true.
Kathleen, hold on a second. You have to look at what the payoff is.
Yeah.
Even when we're miserable, and unhappy and drained, there has to be a payoff. And the payoff may be that you're stronger than them. And I'm guilty of this too. Mm-hmm. Do I surround myself with people that are constantly needing me because my ego needs to be needed? Or am I going to surround myself with people that we have an equal exchange?
Right. Or we lift each other up.
We lift each other up. And perhaps I surround myself with people that make me up my game, but they don't need me. In other words, I'm just a good friend and they decided to do the business with me, but they don't really need me. Because they're already self-contained.
Right.
Does this make sense to people, what we're talking about here?
Yes.
Debbie, I'm getting a lot of empathy. I love it. Mary, how are you doing? Anything else? I'd love to get some feedback from some of the other people.
This is Denise. I have a whole team of those people.
Well, and they're mostly customers, right? And
yeah.
The truth is, some of those customers could turn into business builders. And if we take people through the process, it may move them from here to there. Our challenge is being attached to whether they do it or not, and how much time we spend with them individually. If you're not spending a lot of time with them, then it's not a big deal. You're just dripping on them, getting them occasional information. You just have to see them for what they are, and you do. So then you move. It's like, okay, where am I spending my time and my energy? I need to be doing income-producing activities. The speed at which you will grow will be the amount of income-producing activities you do every day, okay? That's what you've got to be thinking about. Take the energy off the people. I know that, Mary, are you able to talk or share?
Sure.
I know that you've had some challenges. We've all had them, and I don't want to say anything here more than that, but just is any of this resonating with you?
Yes.
And do you find yourself that because we're all women. I mean, aren't we all women on this mastermind right now? We do have this part of us that wants to nurture, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you don't nurture someone that's not ready. It's like, it's recognizing that, oh, okay, they're not ready. Who's in my pipeline? Who am I going to talk to next? So it gives you more time for your own personal prospecting versus, it's good to follow up with people, but I think it's that balance of dripping on them, but not investing emotionally so much into them individually if they're just not ready. And how do you know if someone's ready? Anyone want to give me how you know to recognize who you should be investing your time with? Katie.
They actually do the work on their own. They take initiative and they show up.
And they do their research. They watch
do the work on their own.
They
You tell them, they
events.
go find it. Yep.
And because they don't need to be spoon-fed, right?
Yep. If you're having to send another email with the same stuff you just talked about, they're not ready.
Exactly. You're constantly having, oh, where is that stuff? Could you give it to me? And I think this is another thing that we can all practice, and I'm guilty of this as well. Instead, when someone does reach out to you and they ask a question, have you gone to the files area of XYZ? Have you gone to the AliveToThriveNow.com website? Have you ever even logged in to see the training area? You know, we need to be redirecting people to their resources.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just giving it to them, you know, because, and I think part of the reason why we give it to them, and I know I'm being guilty of this, is I'm afraid that if I don't just give it right to them, that they're just not going to do it at all. But the truth is, while I'm spending time, energy on that, I could be just spending time and energy on attracting the people that will be ready, willing, and able. They are going to be the smaller percentage. I think part of what we get into, well, I've talked to so many people, none of them are getting it. Well, the thing is, it's only going to be a small percentage of people that do.
Yeah.
But those are the people, I mean, I'll go back to Renata Lee, who's my sponsor. Now, she didn't sponsor a lot of people. I think, let's just say she sponsored 30 people in this year. And out of that 30 people, she had 4 people get serious about the business, 3 of which made her the bulk of the money that she's making now. Now, those are pretty damn good numbers. But for a lot of people, it could be, have you guys seen Got Your Number Baby with Paul and Lynette, that video? The numbers video with Paul and Lynette. It's called I Got Your Number Baby. In there, they go over the numbers. And they talk about a couple other major leaders who had, over a period of several years, had actual conversations of 2,000 to 3,000 people where they actually had a real conversation around isogenics. And in this, it goes into the numbers and what a small percentage of those individuals that ended up moving forward and really building a business. You have to, once you understand the numbers, here's my homework assignment for next call. Go watch that video. Go find I Got Your Number Baby by Paula Lynette and watch it, because it will reinforce that because the problem that happens is that you're talking to what you think are a lot of people, and you ended up, let's say you sign up, 6 or 10 people over a period of a number of months, and you're supporting them, but it's feeling like a big load on your shoulder, right? And then when they fall out, you think there's something wrong with you. Anyone can identify? Why is it not working? That's the question that comes up for people. Why is this not working for me? It's not, you're not any different than anyone else. It's just doing the numbers. And then identifying the people that are worthy of your time. Get that right. Do the numbers, connect. Everyone's doing a lot of things right. But you just got to get that piece. You got to get the numbers in there. You got to do enough people, and then you have to learn how to identify those that are worthy of your time. And a lot of that comes down to your self-worth. How much do you feel that you're worthy? Do you really see yourself as the CEO of your business? And if you don't, grow into it. Do whatever it takes to reinforce that. So, Catherine, or anyone else that wants to add anything to this conversation? Teresa, how are you doing over there?
Well, I'm way behind right now because of my brother's having this heart surgery, and so I'm behind. But I'm just not having conversations. I'm staying home too much. I'm realizing that I am hanging around the wrong people, but a lot of it is my family who are really, I just got to get the emotions out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Put the emotions into you. Put your emotions into you, Teresa, and your affirmations and your goals. That's where your emotion needs to go.
Writing down my goals every day and then getting back into going to the gym has really helped. But I'm just looking for ways to get out of the house and be around different people too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on.
Good. Good.
Somebody's fiddling around and making a lot of noise.
Yeah. So I was going to say
it's really distracting. Yeah.
Yeah, it is distracting.
Yeah, Faith, you can mute her.
Yes,
we can tell her because she can't. She's on a phone, so you can mute her, and just when it's time, we can unmute her.
Okay, let me just see.
We have to ask her. Who is it?
I'm not sure.
It's the phone call. Who's on the phone?
Oh, it's
Denise.
Denise, Mama, your background noise and what you're doing right now is interfering so much we can't hear each other.
I'm putting my undies on.
It's okay. I mean, it's totally fine.
I'm not. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I can mute her. Okay, I just
we're
muted
gonna
Denise.
mute you until it's time, and we'll ask the question, or whatever, and that way you can get dressed, put your chonies on, and dance the dance, and
Yeah, I was going to say I just muted you, Denise, so you're all muted. I learned how to do that. Yay!
Yay! I know, right? They're so awesome.
Awesome. I love it. So what you do is you want to have so many people in your pipeline that you just don't, all of a sudden you just feel so abundant because, oh, someone said no, who cares? Next person. And that really is the attitude you have to take. And so with that, is there anything else that people wanted to say about what we just talked about? I'm just trying to check here, and I know Mary's on mute, but I'm sure Mary's just feeling what we're talking about in a big way. Okay, so, yes, Mary.
I just feel like I need to speak up. I am in a lot of pain, and that's why I'm muting.
Oh,
so it's not that I don't want to participate. I just don't feel well.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. No worries.
It's okay. You didn't know.
Yeah. So you just take care of yourself, but thank you for being on this morning. That says a lot about your character.
Mm-hmm.
Big way. You just
thank you.
Do what you need to do. Thank you, Mary. Okay, so we were going to, Katie, I'm going to give this back to you because really it was you're the one that sort of discovered that people were doing these virtual launch parties. So go for it.
Right. So, and I know I dropped the bomb on everybody last week. I have just about 15 minutes, right? I can keep this quick. Do I have, can I take about like 8 minutes? I'm going to skip about 8 minutes. It's 7:55. Okay. So I had stumbled upon, just to refresh everybody, I had stumbled upon a thread about a virtual Facebook party for launch week. And I kind of chased it down, and there was a call that was put out there that was recorded that were some people's experience about how they managed their virtual Facebook launch party. And you know what, you guys were already doing it. Like, we're doing so much of that. There was some really good points, and I'm just going to talk through it. And then what I want to do is I was given the video, so I want to post it or share it in our thread, or, and I'm not really sure what our freedoms are with that, but you'll see that we're actually doing a lot of these things with only a couple of things to tweak it to pull in more people. So before I go into detail about this, just to share with you guys what I look at my internet activity as casting out a very large net. And there's 3 or 4 different nets with different gauges of holes. So you have your very big net, and then a smaller net and a smaller net and a smaller net, and then it's, like that very last net gets right into our product page. But this is a really great way to just sort of throw it out there. So you might get maybe 4 or 5 people. You might get 4 or 5 people even that click interested, even though you invited 500. It's not, and this is really important because you're detaching yourself from the outcome. You're just throwing it out there. It's just like fishing. It's probably even better because you don't have to sit in a boat and go pee. Have to go pee. I mean, like, you can go to the bathroom whenever you want. It's like fishing though, and like you don't have to wait for it and put your finger. It's like so much easier than that. But really, truly, that's all this is. So the event, what they did is they set up the event on Monday to Sunday, and they they set it up so that there's 3 people that are hosts, have the primary responsibility, and this is because it will fall through the cracks otherwise. Other people will think that everyone else is doing it. So you put 3 people who are responsible for keeping the page active. So like, comment, post twice a day. Like, comment, post twice a day for all 3 people so that it keeps the page running. It keeps it active. The algorithm is there. So if people, and they're doing it in the event page. So we set up the event, say Facebook event, blah, blah, and we actually did this already. So we're familiar with this, right? I mean, this is casting the vision. This is what we did at casting the vision. So this is how you keep that event active. And then you make the event private, not public. And then they use that instead of public, they make it private. So then you could post directly isogenic product and make it a mini product page. So it's a second product page. We have our first, that's the Alive to Thrive Now. The event page will be a second mini product page. Transformations, the 3 things they posted, they were transformations, product, no inspirational stuff. It's business. So transformation, product, and business. Are you ready for business? And make sure that the description is really good. Like our Cast the Vision description was beautiful. I don't know who wrote it, but it was awesome because it was very specifically targeted at business builders with a conversation about product. And we can flip it. So it'll be very specifically about product with a small snippet about business and catch a different fish.
Yep.
So one is for one kind of fish, one is for the other. And really, truly, depending on who you talk to and what their business looks like, there's 2 minds about doing that anyway. So one mind is that everybody's a product user and the business builder comes from that. And the other mind is we're not talking to people about the business enough. So whatever it seems to be, what your, our rhythms are, or whatever you decide and you go forward, you can do 2 weeks of business, 2 weeks of product, 2 weeks of business, 2 weeks of product, and see what falls out. I just listened to Jay Bennett, and I talked to Jay Bennett, and he is all about product. He doesn't even talk about business with his people that when he goes to, or anybody below him, they don't talk about the business. They talk about product because product is what it is. And he's like, and he's so simple. He's like, testimonials. I don't know. Here, look at this. Is it blah, blah, blah? I don't know, but look at what happened. This is so great. Look at this stuff. So there'll be people that are going to be in there engaging, and they'll ask questions. And so you want them engaged. The people that, so you have the 3 admin that are watching it, and people that quote or comment, their names are entered into a drawing. And the drawing at the end of the 7 days or 5 days of the launch party, there is a drawing done, and that person is sent free product. So you could do samples, you could do bars, you could do elephants, you could do whatever, you could do, and you could couch it like you get, and there's a couple of different ways that you can do that, and then you can add it. If you sign up, you'll get coaching with, you can get a free, we can word it like you can get a free 16-week coaching program to go with it with support, and that's our, it's our Ice Body Challenge. There's all kinds of good ways to do this. And so that's how they do it in the page. At the very top, they pin the video, the Isogenics experience at the very top.
Yep.
So that's the one that's the ISA movie. It's 3 minutes. They said any longer than that, nobody cares. They're like, no, if it's 3 minutes or less, that's all. So they pin ISA movie at the top. And then on it, they said the actual event is a single, and they called the whole week the event. But I was talking to somebody else, and this is my idea. This isn't what was on the video, but it needs to be anchored in a single moment. So that single moment can either be a call, or it can be a video that is only posted on that one day. So it leads up to that event, and then it's over. With the way they had it set up, it was just this one long ongoing. There was no event. There was just, if you commented, you got stuff at the end of the few days, and there was no moment. There was no, so the whole Facebook thing was an event. But if you're doing it every week and inviting the same people, it starts to fall flat. It gets like,
yep.
Didn't you guys just have that?
Yeah,
So it has to be an event. So, and once someone posts a takeaway on the video, their name goes into a raffle for samples given to them by the person that added them. So we're responsible for our chickens, our little baby chicks, whoever says what, and we're responsible, and like an admin will let us know who it was, like, hey, they're, whatever. Also, the Zoom calls from the page, if commented. So they actually added like recordings of their team Zoom calls, and like casting the vision U+2. So but they didn't do the 30-minute or the hour-long one. They only did like a 15-minute one. So they just did a really quick, bam. Yep, really quick, bam. Like Zoom call. And that way they see real people doing real things in real faces, and that leads to that's a drip of business.
Yep.
And then they actually get, if they actually attend the Zoom, like you can actually have an open call. If they attend the Zoom, they do an attendance thing, they can actually get put in the raffle again.
Great.
Launch party video pinned to the event page, personal page. And then there was some really cool things about what to put on your personal page. Ever wonder what it is I do? No pressure. Sneak peek for a limited number of individuals for a short period of time. Talk to me about the details. Here it is. Create a sense of urgency and curiosity. Invite everyone when they say they're going. Just message. Oh yeah, this is the follow-up. So has everybody seen the information about people who are coming and going and interested, invited, attending? So the second they actually in there, the admin goes up to there and finds those people that say that they're going to go and reaches out to them so they know they've been like, oh, so you're going. We'll see you there. Like an accountability. Yep. And then the people that are interested reach out to them and say, so I see you're interested. Let me show you some information, and actually plug them into our Life to Thrive product page.
Excellent.
So that interaction, I think, is the one that's missed, that we just see there's people interested, but we don't actually give that input value. They had the balls to click interested. Why are we just letting them stand there and stare at it?
Exactly.
A Life to Thrive now. Oh, let me add you. And if they're already there, then throw them a video, or, like the Eric Coover that just came out. There's a new Eric Coover one. He just did it. It's really short. It's super awesome. It's really neat. It has the Canadian dollars and the American dollars for the.
Do us a favor, Kathleen, add that video inside our 2-week turnaround chat thread. Just put it in there, and then that way we could all see it.
Yeah, it's brand new. It came out yesterday. It was on Isogenics Business. It just came out yesterday. So I'll grab that.
Excellent.
So emotional motivational posts on your personal page that are tagged back to this. 12-minute video was too long. Shorter minute, and that was oh, and here's the other one. So for the introduction for that Zoom call, don't talk about the President's Pack. Go to the Business Builder. That's the one with the sticker shock.
Sticker shot, have that be, and then go to the others.
Yes, because you wanted that $1,000, and they're like, oh wait, that's only $500.
You sort of went really quickly over one portion, Katie, which was, you said something about tagging, but what was that specific to? You said something about tagging, didn't you? Before you got into the packages, you were saying something about tagging. Look at your notes. See if you, what did you say right before the package?
Post in your private, on your private page, because we could use Isogenics mini page. Post 2 to 3 times a day in your private page. 12-minute video is too long. 3-minute video is best.
Okay, so so 3 minute. Okay, so I want to ask a question here. As many people probably are aware of, that we have a launch party video up at Isogenics Live right now. It's 14 minutes. So what I'm hearing you say, that would be too long for that page.
It would be if we pinned it at the top, but if that was our event, it wouldn't be.
Okay, so I was, because I'm having some computer challenges right now, I've got to get my memory back.
Yeah.
I was having a challenge getting it recorded last night through Zoom. I may use a different program to record it, but I'll figure that part out. But I think it's worthy of getting it recorded. It gives people an idea of what's happening. And did you see it? Have you watched it?
No, I haven't, but I know which one you're talking about. I can keep me in touch. I have some things to do in the morning, and I can totally record it on Zoom if it doesn't work out today, so we can record it before it gets taken down.
Yeah.
Another one we're like, that's great, and then we lost it.
Yeah, we want to do it right away. So yeah, let's talk about that. If I still have some work to do to get my computer up to snuff.
That's the perfect video for the event that we're inviting them to on the last day.
Okay. So in other words, rather than okay, so let's look at this. That's a great video, but it's still a talking head. In a Zoom kind of call, we would have interaction, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Would that have more power to it as an event than just having them watch the video?
I think it would. I think I would vote for the Zoom call where there's like real people and interactions and
like this is totally awesome. But here's the one thing that they did point out, and it is this takes a lot of courage. This is asking, we're good at it. We're all up on the stage. We're all super comfortable. Asking someone, like you can have a Zoom call posted on Tuesday and Thursday in your event page, and this is what it's about, and this is, and talk about it. Go to the Zoom call this day. So it'll be a week long of, so you have massive activity on Monday. Tuesday is a Zoom call. Be there at 7 o'clock. Wednesday's massive action. Thursday's a Zoom call. Talk about, and it's just basic. U plus 2. Cast the vision. Talk about product testimonials. Like one day we can pick 3 people to talk about, their experience with Isogenics, before and after pictures, really quick. And then Thursday, so Tuesdays and Thursdays are Zoom calls like this, where there's the culture. And then Friday is massive action. Saturday is your event. So it would be your launch party video of how to get started and all of the meat and potatoes. By then it would be review. For a lot of stuff, it would be review. And then Sunday you leave it open and you post every single thing, the recording of the Zoom calls, all of the massive action, all of the links. You get one day to look at it all, and then you reach out to them.
Okay, so when you say massive action, what are you specifically referring to when you say
blow your page up? Just like
blow it up with
post,
and you're just going crazy. Okay, so let's go back. So 2 short 15-minute Zoom calls throughout the week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday being your main event. Play the launch party video. I think let's go back to your point about courage. And what I'm hearing you say, if I understand you correctly, is that asking people that we barely know, because who knows who's responding to this event, to get on a Zoom call for the main event is it's pretty revealing. Now they could call in on an audio, but I think I'm really hearing what you're saying is that we should still make the main event that main video, but have 2 mini events.
Yes. And this is culture. So there's 3 things we're doing. Yes.
And then you can record it, even if they're not courageous enough to get on it, or they miss it for some reason. We put
this is the magic sauce. This is the magic sauce. Everything else is dry, retarded. You just say what you say. I don't know who you are. I don't know about it. This is the magic sauce because they see the people and the energy. Like
but they're not having to necessarily participate themselves. If they may just want to watch the replay.
Right.
So this is just sort of gelling in people's minds.
Yes.
Everyone's sort of getting the feel. You did a really good job of laying this out. I think what would be good is if we could have you, Kathleen, just put an outline together of what you've said, just bullet points, like this is what we're doing, this is what we're going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of thing, so that it's just really that concrete. Because for us to do this as a unified group, we need it to be just look at the sheet, okay, this is what I need to be doing, this is what we're going to have, this is the time it's going to happen. And have you put something together and then we'll go over it. Now, let me get clear. Is this week an official launch week for the company? Is this like corporate? Because I'm not clear on that.
Last week was.
It really doesn't, we can create our own timetable is what you're saying. So, okay. So
and you can run it like you can run it every week, which is weird, or you can do week on, week off, week on, week off. So this is, we're having to change our paradigm. We're having to reset and relearn how we're looking at launches. So if you're doing foot on the ground, brick and mortar, you're doing a tasting party every single weekend. So if we're going to do a virtual world, we want to have a launch party every week.
Yeah.
Since we don't want to do that, week on, week off, week on, week off.
Right, just to give it a little. So here's the thing. I want this to be done right. I mean, not that it has to be perfect, but I want it to have intention and a number of people on our team supporting it. So let's do this. Next Wednesday, you get us an outline. I will get it to everyone who's part of this mastermind. And let's go over the outline next Wednesday. Get it, all the details ironed out, and then the following week we'll launch it. How's that sound to everybody?
Yeah. And we can even, that sounds great. I love it. And we can even take a little bit longer. I think what's super important is for us to slow down to speed up on this puppy.
I agree. I agree.
Like if we have to sit here and talk about it for another couple weeks, that's fine. If we hit the ground running and we actually have it like in full momentum, it's going to take at least 4 weeks, 4 different like launches before some people are even going to look at it.
Exactly.
It's long term.
I love Paul and Lynette because they cover a lot of the stuff that's been covered by other personal development people. It takes 4 to 16 exposures before someone even says they want to take a look or make a buying decision. So we have to really approach this as we're making a commitment to do this for the long haul.
Yes.
And so I just saw something from Jennifer that says, "Me too, hun." Anyway, sorry, got a little distracted there. So really excited about this. How are you guys feeling about this?
I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, so let's really do this right. Let's take some time to get our act together, and let's enroll the people around us as much as possible. That, again, not dragging anyone across the finish line, guys. We're not going to drag anyone. But for those that are ready, willing, and able, let's at least let them know and get them included in this so that we have that all that energy.
Yeah.
And Kathleen, did you want to bring this up to Bonnie as far as, what do you think? I'm getting a little energy here.
No, I don't want to. No, because I'm Zoom. So I don't want to take on more responsibility because inevitably, and it's partly my fault where I'm all of a sudden the expert. So I totally want to do Zoom and like be a part of that. But I would rather somebody else own. I would like to share the ideas, but once we get it concrete, I would like someone else to take it to the greater Elect to Thrive Now team.
Okay. Why don't we just we'll do it.
Okay.
Let's prove it out.
Yeah.
Right? And get the results. And then later on, we can talk to Bonnie about it.
Because I can totally see myself going, I know, and I don't have the time to be the I know for that. And, like. Yeah,
I got it. Okay. Completely got it. So, okay, we're good. Let me just, I'm just checking something here. Okay, so I'm going to unmute Denise just for a second because she's still on the line. And can I just click on her thing and unmute it? Okay.
Yep.
Unmute audio. It does love. Hey, Denise, how you doing with this? How's this landing for you? Denise, are you still there? Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Okay, because I know she was on her way to work. Okay, what we need to do, once I get the outline from you, Katie, then I can put together a little thing and then communicate it through our different threads so that people can start thinking about that and how they want to participate. And then we'll go over a discussion on the details next Wednesday. Anything else that anyone wants to cover before we end today's call?
Denise just showed up. Denise?
Yes, I'm here.
How's this landing for you, this whole virtual online party?
Ouch.
Well, I think it's pretty cool because it's pretty close to what we're doing, like she said. We're just adding a few things and another page.
And you know what's cool about that, Denise? Because what we all should be focusing on is sponsoring new people, not people across. So there's 2 things happening here. We're recognizing that we're probably spending too much time with the wrong people. And not to say that we don't drip and we don't, follow up, that we just don't get emotionally and big time invested in those individuals. So this is a way for us to keep casting the net, like Katie said, we're casting that net out there ongoingly. And we take our time and get this put together correctly, and we'll get better at it over time, of course. And it's that repetition over and over and over again. And you now have a reason to invite everybody right?
Yep.
Exactly. and add new people. See, this is the other thing. I'll just take a quick second. Is everyone adding new people to their network? Because if you're not, you're trying to swim in the same pond with the same fish. And if those fish haven't responded to your bait, add new people.
Did I share with you guys last week what I was doing to pull people into my page?
What are you doing?
No.
to pull people into your page?
So I go to inspirational sites and I dig through the comments and I look at the people that are commenting underneath the things and then I friend them.
Yes. Yes. So anything inspirational,
easy.
positive.
I got 6 people in 1 week because all I did was stock comments on positive thoughts or whatever, and I liked what they wrote, and so I just friended them. I said, I love what you wrote. I would love to, I'd love to stay in touch. I totally agree with what you said. I want to stay in touch, and that's it. And that's all I did. And now they are in my page, and I'm exposing them to my culture.
Yes.
I asked probably 25. So I got 6 people. So that's your numbers you're working with. And it's easy because you don't care about them. You don't know who they are. They don't even matter.
Exactly.
If they think, oh, it's fine. Like, whatever. If they think I'm a freak, I don't care. If they block me, they block.
What you're saying is not only what you're doing, but doing it consistently. Can everyone take a few minutes a day, go to some positive sites, scan who's responding, connect with them, say you like what they said, and would like to connect with you as a friend. Can we all do that? Is that something that we can all do? Can we do it potentially 5 times a day?
Yeah.
Think about it. I know a lot of people, Denise is working for a job, respond. But if you learn how to work in the nooks and crannies, take 15 minutes and that's what you do. If everyone takes 15 minutes maybe twice a day and that's what you do, make that the most important thing that you're doing every day, because it's going to completely rock your life.
Yeah. Don't ask to add them to Alive to Thrive Now. Don't ask to add them to our product page because you don't know if there's a need. This is the other net. So remember I was talking about different size gauges. This is a different net. Like this net is cast, that net is cast. But don't add them to our product page because we don't know if they really, like they're like, oh, you're like one of those rap people. I don't, you're like,
but here's a key piece, Katie. Mm-hmm. When you're connecting with those people that are responding on positive, pages on Facebook, when you're responding and liking what they say, and then you private message them that, and they message you back, and then you say, oh, let's be friends, and then you connect. Now your work on your personal page of posting is going to be seen in their news feed. Is everyone getting that? Yeah.
And that's called rapport.
That's called rapport. So but the algorithm of Facebook is going to say, thank you. You guys are talking on a private message. That probably means that person wants to see what you're posting and vice versa. So that's the part. Just be reaching out. Reach out every day. 5 new people every day. We're going to have to make a contest around that. 5 new people a day. And we'll work on that. So anyway, I know we're going long. I love you guys. I appreciate you being on. Kathleen, you totally rock. You all rock. And thank you for showing up this morning.
Love all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, you guys rock, Kathleen.